CEUs and stuff on it.
Okay, share screen. There we go. And play. But let me start on the first page. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Today, we're going to talk about scams or not scams, or scam or not scam, and keeping you and your clients out of trouble and safe. And there's so many different things out there. Of course, always check with Debbie or myself. If anything seems fishy, or you get a strange text, or out of state or out of country client that came out of nowhere, or anything that seems kind of not normal, please reach out to us. We'll tell you if it's a scam or not, or at least what we feel on that. So, outside of what we're going to talk about today. So, we'll jump right into it. Deb, go ahead.
So here's some red flags for realtors as far as sellers go. Um, we really want to make sure that you guys are being protected. And sometimes they get really, really good at the scam process. I'll give you a little example in a minute, but not willing to meet in person or video chat and insist on texting, emailing, or using WhatsApp. There are a lot of investors that want to use WhatsApp now, and it's okay to do that, but you just got to know who you're talking to, right? So if it's just somebody that reaches out to you through WhatsApp, it's a scam. But if you're talking to somebody and they say, I prefer to use this, then it's okay as long as you vetted them ahead of time. Claiming a family tragedy or needing to sell quickly is another red flag. Okay, so doesn't mean that that doesn't happen. It's just these are just things for you to keep in the back of your mind when you're being reached by a potential seller. Willing to accept or list for less than the market value in a close, short time frame. That is a huge red flag because they don't know what the property is worth. They're just trying to get whatever money they can as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Providing fake photo IDs, and this is what I'm going to talk to you about, and deeds, which can look very official. Willing to waive the due diligence fee or low earnest money. So they don't even care about the earnest money and stuff. Again, they're just trying to get this done as quickly as possible to get that money in their pocket before they get caught. Becoming angry or applying pressure to get you to list the property. So um, if it feels too good, it probably is. And I put that at the bottom because it's really important. We were dealing with somebody last year, and this is an agent who is very experienced. Okay. He got contacted by a seller to sell some land. He even asked for their IDs because they weren't here. He checked the county auditor. It said in the county auditor that they lived in Florida. So it did jive with what they sent him because they sent him a Florida driver's license, but it wasn't the same city. And they said, well, that's because we recently moved. Okay. So, I mean, all of this looks legit, right? We list the property. The seller calls me and says, you have my property listed for sale and I'm not with you. And I was like, holy crap. Okay. So I got his contact information and everything. And I said, we're going to take that down immediately. Let's see if we can figure this out. So then I called the agent and we went through the questions and everything. He says, I got their driver's license and he sent it to me. It's just a picture of the front. So I told him to call the police right away and the seller to call the police because when I was talking to the seller, he was telling me that he does live in Florida and that they had gotten their identity stolen while they were in Florida. And somebody was trying to sell one of their properties in Florida. So I told him I thought maybe it was the same people, but I wasn't sure. So could he send me a copy of his driver's license, his wife's driver's license with the front and back, and to contact the police? So he did. The police called me and we went over things. And I said, how can we uh, do whatever we can to have this not happen again? And he said that when you're asking for a driver's license from your client, get the front and the back. If they're scamming you, they won't send you the back of the driver's license. So for whatever is on the back of that license, they can't do it because it's not real. It doesn't work, right? Anybody can take a picture of something scan it and save it on a PDF and send it over
Right.
to somebody. But the back of it won't work. So there's your clue for that. If they
Right.
won't give you the back of their driver's license, then that could be a huge red flag. By the way, this was a huge scam and they did catch the guy. So
Yeah, that's good. Well, the thing is, I was telling him, you say the same thing. If it's too good to be true, if you are average agent, I'm not saying average in good, still good, but your sphere of influence is where all your business comes from or direct referrals. They didn't find you online. Please, it doesn't work that way. You didn't win the lottery. You weren't one of the tens of thousands of agents in Ohio that they just found online. Ask more questions. Who referred you? Who is that person? Or where did you see my advertisement? Not that they found you online. That's a big red flag to me because I don't know anybody, especially when you're selling a property. Does someone just find someone online to list the thing that they have of value to just anybody they found online? So, but buyers might be a different story. Someone's moving in town, they're looking for an agent that's in the area, might have a listing, maybe that, but not very few sellers just randomly pick an agent somewhere on that. So, are we ready for the next slide?
yep.
All right.
Know your clients, which is kind of what we were talking about, right?
Right.
So they won't meet you in person or they do the video call. They prefer to communicate by text or WhatsApp, which was on the first page. Demand to see their face and verify their identity. So FaceTime them, or if you have an Android phone, there you can do um, video chats on there too.
Right.
So see if they will do that. If they're willing to sell fast and below market value, it's also a typical red flag, which is the reiteration of the first page there, and produce documents. So use your Forewarn app. Every single agent who is a realtor gets Forewarn through their board. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't have it, you need to download it and use it. You can look anybody up there. Only for these purposes, though. Don't be using it for your own personal stuff because they do keep track. But you can use this to look up anyone. If your spidey sense goes off and you're talking to someone and you just get that weird feeling, look them up because you never know. They might
Exactly.
be a con for sure.
Exactly.
Saying, oh wait, go back.
Oh, good. Right.
Because we didn't talk about the lead part.
Oh, good.
If you get calls or texts from a person or a company saying they have leads and you only have to pay a percentage when you close, they're fishing for your information to hack you. Do not even engage with them. They're not real. It's not true. It's not going to happen. They're trying to get into your data. So I just delete them. I don't even say no. I don't say yes because sometimes they use those too. I just delete them. It's not going to happen. There are very few of the companies out there now that are doing the pay if you close. Realtor.com is still doing a little bit. Zillow, I have no clue what they're doing with the Zillow profiles now. I think it's all pay before you play kind of things. And I'm not a fan of that either because they're the ones that are making the money, not you. So if you have any questions about whether it's a lead and it's a legit or not, just reach out. We'll let you know.
Right.
Okay.
You got it.
Here's other scams. We buy homes for cash. Now there are legitimate ones out there that buy homes for cash too, but a lot of them are not, right? So if you're talking to somebody and they say that, well, I'm going to go list with the guy that said he buys homes for cash and it's a quick sale and I don't have to worry about anything, this, that, and the other, that's fine. I would ask them more questions though. I would want to know who it is and I would just let them know. Some of them are cons. Open Door does homes for cash and they're legit, so we have agents in our office that will do homes for cash. We'll buy your house if it doesn't sell type of deal, but they're giving them fair market value. They're not giving them under market value, right? So watch
That's
those things when you're talking to people. There's seminars out there and I don't know if there's going to be one this summer or not, but for the last couple summers, there's been one in Cleveland about how to wholesale. This is not the wholesale video that we're doing right now, but please don't go to those thinking that
right.
you're going to learn something because you're not. They're just going to teach you how to con people. Okay. So don't go to those. It's a scam.
Yep, exactly. And then
Get,
what, the gift cards.
yeah, the gift cards. That's our favorite one because we get those all the time, don't we?
Right.
I'm never going to ask you to go buy gift cards for me. Tony's never going to ask you to go buy gift cards for him. Mike's never going to ask you to go buy gift cards for them. We are not that busy that we can't do our own stuff. So it will never happen.
Yep.
And then wire fraud is another one that unfortunately is still out there. You know, we do need to make sure that we're paying, that we're telling our clients, do not send your bank information to anybody. The except for your escrow officer at the title company. Okay.
Right.
If you get an email,
And double check.
I was just going to say,
Oh, yeah.
if you get an email that says, oh, we have to change our wire instructions because blah, blah, blah happened with our account. Here's our new stuff. Send it. And it looks legit because it's got all of your information in there, exactly how much money you're supposed to send to them and everything. Don't do it.
Right.
Call your escrow officer immediately. If you can't get her on the phone, don't, or him, don't do it because it's a con. We had one of our buyers last year on Eclipse Day get conned for this very thing. And
Yep.
our agent told her, he said, no, don't send the money. Nobody's doing business today. They're all outside looking at the stars. Do not send your money. Wait till you talk to the escrow officer. She couldn't get a hold of the escrow officer. At 8 o'clock the next morning, she tried again. The escrow officer still wasn't in, and she got an email saying, hey, I didn't get your wire. You need to send your wire over. So you're going to be late for your closing. Well, she freaked out. Instead of calling the agent, she sent the money and it went to who knows land. So
Right.
just make sure you're telling your people, don't do it. It's your bank information. Make sure you're only giving it to one person. Okay.
That's right. All right.
This is something that you guys can put out on your social medias and stuff. I buy a landslide is what I put for the money because you don't need to know the money that everybody's making as a brokerage. But we again were number one in 2024, and it just shows the different ones in our area right here. And you can use these stats because these are your stats. If you work with Homestar, this is your office. They're number one. And if you look at the final rankings for Ohio for units, we were also number one. And if you look at the units, look at the units. Last year we had 1,650 deals, and the next one down was 671. So kudos to all of you guys. You rock, you work your butts off, and we are very proud of you. And you can use these stats if you want. You can get these stats on your 21online.com in the award section.
Exactly. Nice. All right. Some classes.
Yeah, so I updated the April class schedule for the Century 21 University. So you can see what it kind of looks like there. There are a ton of classes all the time going on. These are Zoom classes that you can sign up for. They have some self-paced classes in there. They've really upped their game with the university. They've made it very kind of user-friendly more so by asking you when you first go in there, what is it that you want to do? Do you want to work with buyers? Do you want to work with sellers? Do you want to work on your business? What do you want to focus on? And they will suggest classes for you. These are not paid classes. You do not pay for these. These are free. Okay. You
Yep.
just have to fit them into your schedule.
And there's
And
a couple right at 6 o'clock. So the people that work.
yep, they have early mornings, they have daytimes, and then they have evening ones to try and help everybody. So
Well, great. And we got some CE coming up.
now this is your continuing education classes, and we have working with DocuSign and Mike Ferrante. So he does use DocuSign, so he teaches it. So if you want to learn how to use it, you can go to that and get credits for it, right? Gold Mine to Retirement is also going to be Mike Ferrante. That's the same day. He's taking a little break and then he's going to go right into that one. On May 1st, We have Hash doing 16 words that scare realtors. That makes me laugh. I always love his classes. You
Right.
never know what you're going to learn in there. And then May 5th, we have 16 trigger words that wait a minute.
Do we go to
This
the
is
same thing? Whoops.
this
I
is
think
wrong.
that's all
This
right.
is wrong. When I was
But
cutting and pasting, I screwed it up somewhere.
yeah, I think May 5th, I think Mike has one because Hash is only once a week, once a month.
Yeah,
But
I can tell you
but go
there.
to Free Ohio CE and you'll see it.
Yes,
It'll be right
that,
on there.
and I know that the class schedule has been updated because Julia told me she just got a bunch of new ones, but I can tell you real quick what that's supposed to be. The first is 16 trigger words. The ninth is artificial intelligence and chat GPT with Mike Ferrante and Hash. And that one is at Top Golf. Do I have that on there?
No, the May 9th, that's the one at Hash Sagafi's Liberty Home Mortgage. The
Oh,
top
Top Golf was this month. We already did.
correct. Yep, Golf was last week.
Yep. We haven't been
So
doing these for a while, so I got a little bit confused about that.
no, that's
Um,
all right. So yeah, so the live one, we're gonna try, just try to, try to test it out, see how many people we could get out to that. And if we do have a good turnout, we'll try to do it like every 3 months or so. And you get some lunch. Wow, you have
oh, okay. Those
so
are the
yeah,
ones at Hash's office.
correct.
He's
So
going to
Mike
do a
is
class in the morning and then lunch and then a class in the afternoon kind of thing.
it's gonna be like uh check in at 11:30. Lunch will start, then 12 to 1, Mike will do a class, the 1 hour class. And then we're trying to get Hesh to speak on mortgage stuff. It won't be a CE related, but just like update, everybody likes to hear Hesh talk about something.
Oh, of course.
And so he
Yeah.
usually likes to only talk in the morning, but we're trying to get him to stick around. He's an early riser. If you see his classes are already always like 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and that's it for the day. So we're trying to get
Gotcha.
him to stick around for the afternoon and speak for a little bit to whoever who could make it. So I'm about to send out a text message probably tomorrow morning to all of our agents with a link directly to this. So hopefully we get some people that can attend. There's limited seating. I don't think we'll hit it. They say no more than like 75 or 100. I doubt we'll get, that many because so many people are busy doing other things. But if we get close, we might hit that limit. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
It would be
He
great.
used to pack our house when we had our
Yeah,
classroom, remember?
exactly,
And
exactly.
we
So
had
you never
60
know.
seats. Yeah, we had 60 seats in there and it was full with standing room all the time. So
Right. So
definitely
who
a good speaker. If you have not heard either one of these people, please make sure that you sign up for something because you're going to like them. They make
you
them
bet.
very entertaining and also you will remember the stuff they tell you. So,
Definitely. And I think that is it. So
yeah,
let's
I
see.
substituted the calendar and our stats for our Pop Bison uh, social media things this month.
Well,
So,
good. No, great. And I'm going to remind, and Deb, if you can send me that calendar screenshot, or I'll try to take it off this. I'll probably try to put it on our emails too.
okay, yeah,
Too. So I'll do that. So that's it for today. Remember, we'll go back to the scams. If you think it's a scam, probably is. Check with us, and we'll let
yeah,
you know. And even if we're not even sure, I say you might as well just treat it like it is a scam. Yeah, we want just it's better to be safe than sorry. If it's not something normal, especially with sellers, I see so many times people are like, "Oh, I got you have a seller listing, and some strange buyers coming out from somewhere." If your most properties, if it's not selling by a normal buyer or normal investor, probably the price is too high. That's about it.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
when
that
these
brings up a good point. Yeah, if you get an offer in your email that looks like it's just typed out,
right,
it,
exactly.
it's it's either a scam or it's a wholesaler. Look for words like and or assigns or other trigger words. If you want to give me a call, we can go over trigger words as far as those goes too, because it's really sad to have to tell your seller that this is not a legitimate offer, but a lot
And
of
they
them aren't.
Yeah, and we both know that they want it because they're putting that carrot in front of their face. Oh, look at this. It's over what I'm asking, or what they're paying me what I'm asking. I want to try. And the sellers don't understand the risk involved getting almost to closing, and who knows what they're trying to do and try to play around with getting this type of offer. So they prey on people that are just want that number or go over asking, and they throw out these things. So
Yeah.
but all right, well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day, and we'll see you soon.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.